Another point that's nicely mentioned in the book is probably the main constraint, and that is land speculation. And this conflict between urbanization and loss of natural resources. And these are the key, is the number one constraint that we face. This photo here nicely highlights these issues. This is a photo taken from peri-urban Kumasi, where urbanization is so rapid, people build dwellings, yet if the things like the price of cement are too high, slow the process, and straight away, even the land inside a house that's being constructed is converted back to agriculture. And here we see cassava, a crop that could take up to 18 months to grow. So this issue of land development versus natural resource management and agriculture is played out in the peri-urban interface. Again, a photo from Kumasi, Ghana, where we see a typical peri-urban development. And we had some definitions by the Vice Chancellor, but for me, my key issue, first of all, is food security. How we can design and plan interventions for food security programs, be it in peri-urban, urban, in slums, in refugee camps. And so my core focus is the food security issue. And one of the, like I say, one of the impacts is this rapid loss of natural resources. Often, in this particular case, topsoils have been removed to be used as landscape gardens in more developed residential areas. But this whole process of sand winning degrades the environment and contributes to other problems such as pooling of water, creation of stagnant waters in peri-urban areas. It creates breeding grounds for mosquitoes. So there's a variety of health impacts. So it's always multidimensional. If we look at areas where this is happening on a much greater scale, we only have to look at Delhi. This particular photo is new developments in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. We can see this is again the peri-urban interface, where any available opportunities to put in new residential housing is used and utilized. Again, we can see areas of wetlands just up here. And as this high-density development takes place, it places further pressures and stresses then on the peri-urban areas and the remaining natural resources that are left. Again, to construct at this scale requires sand winning at an industrial level too. Here we see, again, in the peri-urban Addis Ababa, where sand's been removed for construction for downtown urban developments. So slum areas have been cleared. The idea is that these people will finally be allocated flats in the peri-urban areas, although linkages to their livelihoods will be lost. Again, just scanning up from that particular photo, you can see the scale of this environmental utilization and the rapid nature of these developments. And this is another key thing in peri-urban, is the scale of transformation. And once these natural resources are lost, then it's very hard to reverse. Although we see now attempts that people are actually trying to reverse some of the problems that have been created. Another issue specific in peri-urban is waste. Often it's dumping sites for urban waste, and again, it brings a variety of factors. It was a municipal composting plant in Accra, Ghana, and again, after it failed, it became really an informal landfill. And again, highlights the need for appropriate solutions at appropriate scales, particularly in things like waste management, where localized solutions are much better. This is some photos from Hubli Dawa, looking at issues of water, where problems with wastewater, with biological loads and chemical loads. And of course, wastewater is a lifeline for the peri-urban farmer, particularly in the dry season. Here we can see in Hubli Dawa, the farmer abstracting from one of the nalas and using a simple sieve to try and reduce some of the debris that comes onto his farm. Again, different methods of reducing risk onto farming systems. And when no filtration is applied, then a lot of the debris is also then discharged with irrigation water onto the fields, as we can see in the photo on the right. The quality of the wastewater, there's a lot of debate. There's been a lot of research done by International Water Management Institute and several other institutes. And of course, there's a very cautious approach to this, although many of these issues can be managed. And there's a variety of ways of reducing risk, which we'll also touch upon, and some of the themes of the later presentation I'm sure we'll also address. Planting monocultures in peri-urban areas also creates problems with things like pest management, particularly when these planting systems are used during the dry season.